Hi and welcome to Boulder Lab. Today we're giving you a few tips on how to send that boulder at the gym. We're going to talk about how the boulder is set on the wall, which are footholds and handholds, how to make their position on the wall work for you, about the importance of repeating individual moves, and what else?
Have fun?
Yes, because I'm definitely serious. How to have fun and how to give yourself the best chance of sending that boulder.
Yeah.
So I've come up to this red boulder and I've had a look at how it goes. I've had a look at the starting footholds and the handholds. I've seen that these are underclings, and I've also checked out this first or second handhold, and I've seen that it's a side pull. So I want to be thinking constructively. How do I get from these underclings into the side pull without falling off? And that's the first thing I'm going to think about. I've also had a look at this high foothold here and seen that it's quite long and flat, which might indicate that I could match feet on it. This really depends on the route setting in your gym, but in our route setting, usually the footholds are quite small, so they're deliberately small to make the matches harder, or sometimes the route setters don't want you to match at all, but I can see that this one's quite wide and comfortable, so it might be a nice match to get to the top. Oh, no, that's too far, Marek. I can't do that one. All right, so I've figured out now that to get to this side pull, I probably need to go up first. Keep my body tension here. Yeah, that's nice. And I've really leaned into the side pull. That's good. I've also figured out that I need to use these volumes to do this boulder, and this is okay. It's not a problem. Match in the holes. Yeah, and make this a nice, safe top out. Before I climbed this boulder, I also had a look at that hold up there, and I've seen that it's got 2 holes in it. So I thought I probably need to match there. And these are all things that will give you clues how to successfully send the boulder. Now, obviously, we work with what we have. So if you're the shorter climber, you want to try and figure out your own beta for this kind of boulder. And I like these holds here because if you're the shorter climber, you've got this whole space to put your foot a bit higher. Whereas if you're taller and you find it difficult to squeeze into those positions, you can just place your feet right inside the holds there. So remember, this is a really a good tip for bouldering, to use the whole of the foothold to your advantage. Now I'm going to try this blue boulder next, and I've had a look at it and I've seen that there's one starting foothold there, which means that the volumes probably all work for it. And it's got this dual tech sloper here, which is positioned in a side on the side. So to make it work, I'll definitely have to have my hips to the left of it. And I've had a look at this starting hold as well, which is positioned in a funny way. Considering this, I would see that maybe it's a side mantle that I have to do here. So I've got some idea of how I'm going to climb it, and let's see if that works. First, I have to get into a starting position. Too early. Get my foot high. Yeah, do the side mantle. And I came flying off. So, back to the drawing board. Have a look at these again, and maybe I underestimated this volume here. Maybe I need to use it, and this is where thinking out of the box comes in. And what I also like doing, as a good tip to up your bouldering game, is to practice individual moves. So, I've got the start down, and now I'm just going to practice reaching over to this dual tech sloper here. I'm just going to shimmy up using all the holds. So I'm in this nice position. And I fell off last time just trying to shift across here. But perhaps this would be a good idea. Ah, there we go. It works. I fell off again, Marek.
It happens sometimes.
Yes, I
Even
kind of did that on
twice.
purpose, but just to illustrate how important the figuring out the direction of the holds is. So, as I mentioned before, this hold is bolted on in a sideways manner. So, to keep it working as long as possible, you really have to keep your hips to the left of it as long as possible. So, I figured out that I just need to cross over here. This has been good. And now I'm just going to push my hips away from this hold as long as possible to place my foot here. Yeah. And then it's worked for me. Foothold, mantle. That's good. So I practiced keeping my hips left. I opened up my hip here so I could extend my leg. And I didn't really like the look of this foothold. I found it a bit scary, so what I did is I practiced just weighting it a couple of times. This is also a really good thing to do, just seeing whether my hip needs to be behind this handhold or in front of it. Just trying to figure out which place, from a nice strong mantle with my left hand, which place I can sit my foot, really dig into the hold and try and reach. And then I didn't really want to go up to the top because I did find it quite scary, so I just practiced this for a while and then practiced getting my foot up. Okay, and that's enough for today. And a good thing to do is to practice these moves, finish your session, maybe get on another boulder, and then come back another day with a fresh mind, no stress, and then you'll see sometimes that the boulder just goes instantly because you've also rested, how should I say, Marek, emotionally a little bit, mentally.
Yeah, I think this is the good.
You're
good
a bit high,
position.
Marek.
Yeah. This is it. Yeah.
Is this
I
our
think so.
future now?
Yeah, I think so.
Getting on ladders and recording?
Yeah, life, you know. Crazy ideas.
Okay. And remember, folks, watch how other people do it, but not without scrutinizing how they do it. You want to be climbing technically, and you want to be climbing well. If you see somebody at the bouldering gym who does a boulder and you think they've climbed it nicely and technically, also don't hesitate to ask them, how did you do this boulder? Which beta did you use? Did you do a foot swap here? Did you do a hand swap? How did that work for you? All right, we're done. Thank you very much for watching and see you next time.
Yeah, bye.
Bye.